Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber back at it again with another, I guess you can say, toy review. This time I'm going to do something a little bit different for you guys. If you're an action figure collector, then you're probably watching this video. Um, so one thing I've been doing recently, I don't know if you guys have done this, maybe you guys don't, but I've been, there's some things that come with other figures that don't go with the figure itself. It actually goes better with the figure, with another figure that you might have in your collection. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at some of the action figures that have other action figure accessories. Now, some of you guys may know I've done review for all these action figures here. Well, most of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of these action figures. If you like displaying your action figures like I do, we're going to take a look at some of these action figures that, like I said, have other action figures accessories, whether it be their weapons, whether it be their bases, whether it be, for instance, like this one right here, Ghost Rider on the Violator Chopper from Spawn. If you guys didn't see this video, I've done a review on this chopper, and I've done a review on the Marvel Select with the Spawn chopper. One of my best videos I've ever done. One of my coolest videos I've ever done. Annie, get your butt out of here, man. Get! And of course, pain in the ass, man. Damn cat. Always messing up everything. He wants to be in every single damn video. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go through these figures and just show you a glimpse of, some of the figures with other figures accessories and how they actually go much better with these figures. And as some of you guys may know, collecting action figures, when you get an accessory with a figure, you're kind of like, that doesn't go well with that figure. You know what? This actually would go better. This base or this weapon or whatever it may be will go better with this other figure. So we're gonna start out with the obvious one in front of us. This is the Ghost Rider, Marvel Select Ghost Rider in the Violator Chopper. Now I did a video on this, reviewing the Marvel Select Ghost Rider in the Violator Chopper. And when I first saw this Violator Chopper, I automatically knew that, the Marvel Select Ghost Rider belonged on this chopper. If you guys didn't see that video, please check it out on my YouTube channel. And I just want to show you how beautiful it goes with this Marvel Select action figure. So we're going to go ahead and put him off to the side. And I'll show you guys some other ones. Some other ones are just, some of them are minor, some of them are just kind of like, that Marvel Select Ghost Rider with the Violator Chopper. Some of them are, like I said, minor, and some of them are big. Now this figure I just reviewed recently. Now, this was the Dark Alliance Lucifer. Now, one thing they gave me when I got this figure, they gave me a spine with a skull at the top. I didn't like it, so I gave him this staff instead because he's Lucifer. Now, where I got the staff from was actually the giant size Malbogia from Spawn, and as you can see, it goes very, very well with this Dark Alliance Lucifer. Better than the spine did with the skull and the spear at the top. Now, if you're wondering where the spear went to, the spine spear went to, I'll give you guys another glimpse. Here's the crystal ball at the top. I did a review of the Malbogia, unboxing of the Malbogia and Violator. If you guys didn't see that, check that out. But here is Lucifer with the staff from Malbogia. Now, move him out the way. And here is Abomination, Marvel Select Abomination. I also did a review of this guy as well. And he came with no accessories whatsoever, which I found that kind of ridiculous. I found that kind of stupid. So I gave him the Lucifer Dark Alliance spinal cord with the skull and the spear, and he goes amazing with it. I mean, it just gives another whole different dimension to Abomination. I mean, he looks awesome. I mean, the sculpt, the skull, it matches his face. The texture of it, the texture of the spinal cord just matches his body perfectly, and it goes so well that with this Abomination that the Dark Alliance doesn't even look right holding it. Dark Alliance Lucifer doesn't even look right holding it anymore. So this is now the Abomination spinal cord, which is awesome. And as you can see right there, it does have some green, which kind of blends in with his skin as well. So I figure, and the texture of it, if you look at the texture of the spinal cord with his skin, it goes very, very well. And so now the Marvel Select Abomination has an accessory. So let's move him out the way now. And I'll show you guys, we'll bring in, actually, let me get this guy out the way right here. This is Deathstroke. Nothing minor with this figure. If you're wondering, if you've seen my previous review, he didn't come with a giant gun. So I actually got this from the Marvel Select Deadpool. The Marvel Select Deadpool was holding the size, so I didn't want to put the weapon in his hand, so I was kind of left with a giant weapon. And this guy didn't have a weapon, and he should have had a big giant gun like this. This is the Deathstroke. I can't figure out what it was. I think it was DC. Oh no, it was from Arrow. It was from the TV show Arrow. So yeah, that's just a minor little thing that the people who created this figure didn't give him a giant gun, so I gave him the Marvel Select Deadpool. Deadpool wasn't going to use it, so I gave it to him. So speaking of Deadpool, we'll keep it on this one right here. So right here, this is the future Robocop. And as you guys can see, the stand looks very familiar, doesn't it? It's actually the stand to the Marvel Select Deadpool. And I put Robocop on it because he just looks really, really awesome. If you guys seen the Robocop movie, you know, you've seen where Robocop, you know, shot into the cement wall and the bullets riddling. And I thought, you know, this actually looks better with the future Robocop than Deadpool. And I don't know about you guys, but it looks beautiful. He looks amazing on it. And this future Robocop didn't come with any stand at all, but he looks 10 times better on this stand. Let's see, keep it on the stand. Let me put this down here. Keep it on the stand theme. And here is movie Spawn. Now, I've done reviews for all these figures. Now, what I did with this one is, this one's actually from the Spawn Alley playset. And it was actually miniature versions of Spawn and Violator. And I thought the movie Spawn would look really good on this display stand. And as you can see, the colors blend very well. The dark red, burgundy, and the black just go very well with this figure. So, yeah, there's the movie Spawn with the Spawn Alley playset. It actually from the same movie, but it's just a miniature size version. So here is Planet Hulk. If you guys can see, he has an axe, but it's not the axe that he had. It's a little bit smaller, but I got this from, I believe it was Dark Heart Spawn. And as you guys can see, he has blood on his axe, which he should. And guess what? He actually can hold this axe. Where the other axe, he couldn't hold it. You know, they gave him an axe that he couldn't hold, which was very disappointing. So I gave him a smaller axe with blood on it. And he just looks a little bit better. I do wish the axe was a little bit bigger, but I'll show you where the axe Hulk ended up at. The Hulk's axe ended up at. That's what I meant to say. So this is the org from Spawn, and I gave him this giant axe because I thought it went very well with him. Let me bring him in the light over here. This is the axe to the Planet Hulk. And I think he looks better with it. I might replace the axe. I might get a bigger axe from one of my other Spawn figures. because it does look kind of tiny, but then again, you know, if you've seen him, you wouldn't even know, you wouldn't even pay attention. You know what I mean? Let me move him out the way. Yeah, you wouldn't even know that that's not his axe. And I just love the blood. The blood should be on there because he looks like a gladiator, and there should be blood on the axe. Next figure we're going to come across is the SubZero figure that I did a review for. Now, if the base looks familiar, and if you've seen this review, if you've seen the Anti-Venom, Marvel Select Anti-Venom, then you know where this base is from. Now, when I did the review of the Anti-Venom, this is where I got the idea from, because I saw the webbing of Anti-Venom, and it just looks so much like ice. And I put SubZero on it, and as you guys can tell, he looks, in my opinion, 10 times better than Anti-Venom does on it. And he just looks really, really awesome with the bricks. And you can't even tell that's webbing. You put it with SubZero and it looks like ice. You know, it looks like giant like icicles. So yeah, and SubZero, in my opinion, I think he looks better on this base than Anti-Venom. I'll eventually find a different base for Anti-Venom. Because Anti-Venom doesn't look really great on this base, and SubZero just looks awesome on this base. And SubZero needs a base, and this would be awesome. You know, maybe I might add some blue to it or something, who knows, but this is SubZero's base now. We come over to here, and speaking of bases, rock bases, here is Marvel Select Juggernaut. Now, as you guys know, Juggernaut didn't come with a base when you bought Marvel Select. This Marvel Select Juggernaut. He didn't come with anything other than a backdrop, small cardboard backdrop, which was disappointing. So I gave him, this is from the Marvel Select Incredible Hulk. And even though Juggernaut doesn't have any pegs in his feet, it doesn't matter. You can put him on here and he's going to stay because he's freaking huge and heavy and he's not going anywhere. And he looks much better on this base standing on concrete, damaged concrete, than Hulk did. So, yeah. You know, if I get a bigger concrete base, I might switch over and give him a bigger concrete base. But, I mean, if you look at it, it kind of looks like his base. You know, Juggernaut destroying the concrete which he's standing upon. So, nothing minor there. But I'll come over here and we'll end on this figure right here. Now, this right here... as you guys know, it is Spawn. It is the first edition, first series of Spawn. And I always thought he looked very plain. I'm still a fan of this. This is from 1994. I did a review of this figure. And if this base looks familiar, it's because it's from the first figure that we reviewed, which was Marvel Select Ghost Rider, which instead of putting Marvel Select Ghost Rider on this base, I put him on the Spawn Violator chopper. And I thought, you know, this fiery, even though he looked pretty good on the stand, I thought that, you know, this Marvel Select Ghost Rider looks better on a chopper. And this base right here, you know, when you think of Hellfire and Brimstone and hands reaching up and trying to grab, you have Spawn, and Spawn goes very, very well on this stand. It actually gives him more depth and dimension, you know, if you put him on this Marvel Select Ghost Rider stand, and you just kind of bring this first edition of Spawn to life. You know, do I have other better Spawn figures? Yes, but this is the first one. This is the one that started it all, and he just looks really, really awesome on it. You know, he goes very, very well with this stand. So yeah, let me put SubZero and Spawn right here. So you got fire and ice right here. So there you go, guys. You know, if I've given you some good ideas or cool ideas, you know, to mix it up a little bit as far as displaying your figures, I'm glad, you know, to do so. And, you know, I love doing it because when I look at things and, you know, they don't go with that figure, then I have to change it up, you know. And, you know, hopefully you like this video, you know. Like I said, hopefully I gave you some, guys, some good ideas, you know, as far as changing up you know, your display pieces and accessories with other action figures. So there you go, guys. This was my video. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Action figures with other action figures accessories. I have no idea. But yeah, there you go. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment. Let me know which one was your favorite. You can go ahead and find me on Instagram. You can find me on Vigo Video. Find me on Facebook, and of course here at YouTube. Just want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.